Hello friends and welcome back to our today's class. In today's tutorial, you are going to learn how to carry some operations on radical expressions. And in today's class is going to be on addition and subtraction. But before then, let's quickly run down the rules guiding this operation of addition and subtraction. One of the rules says you can add or subtract radicals of the same index. Remember in our previous tutorial where we started discussing radicals, we made mention of when you have this, that this inside is what we call the radicand, okay? Then this is what we call the index, and this symbol is the radical symbol. So this rule is saying that if they are the same index, that means if what is here is the same in the two radicals you want to carry operation on, you can also ensure that their radicals are the same. That means the value inside are the same. Then you are free to add or subtract. Now this is the general definition, and this is going to be our examples to illustrate. Now you notice here we have root 2 and here we have 7 root 2. So you see the index here is 2 and it's also 2 here. So you are free to add, and you know the radicand is 2 and this is 2. So with this you can add this, okay? Now in this you also see the same thing is applicable, so you can add or subtract. Now the next rule says for unlike radicals with different indexes, look at it, unlike radicals with different, and if you watch here, this one is square root, this one is cube root, so the indexes are not the same because what is here is 2. So since they are different indexes, you are not to combine them, so you don't need to add or subtract. Is that clear? Now this is the example. Then the last rule says you can add or subtract different radicands that can be simplified to be liked. Example, when you have this kind of radical, you notice they are not the same, but in the course of simplifying it, if it becomes liked, like what we have here, you are free to add or subtract. Now that you have learned some of the rules that are guiding this, let's go into solving problems proper. Now let's look at some of these questions. They are very simple, okay? So we're going to start with the first one. And in this first one, we have, this is what we have there as 8 root 3. Remember, this is 8 root 3. It is different from this. Okay, this one is 8 roots of 3. Whereas this one is 8 root 3. And in this case, 8 root 3, this 8 is the coefficient. Okay, where this one is the index. So I hope you see the difference now. So let's go into this. We have plus 5 root 3 minus 2 root 3. So you will notice that the radicals are the same. The radicands are also the same. The indexes are the same with the radicands. So you are free to carry your operation. So what you are going to carry out now is you are going to add or subtract their coefficients. Okay, so this is going to give us 8 plus this 5 minus 2. Okay, all of them, then you have cube root 3. So when you add this, it will give you 13, and 13 minus this will give you 11. So this is going to give us 11 root 3 as an answer. Now let's look at example 2. Remember, if you are still new to this channel, don't forget to subscribe for the more you get from us. If what you are doing is really interesting and impresses you, help us to share and let's know your thoughts in the comment section. Give this tutorial a thumbs up, and if you're ready, let's continue. So to continue with this, we are going to have for number 2, this is going to give us, when you look at this, you will notice the radicands are different. So what do? In simplifying it, let's see if we can get something that obeys the rule. So in that case, you are going to simplify. So for this, you are going to bring out the perfect squares, the highest perfect squares in each of them. For 5 root 12, you can simplify this to be 5 root, the highest perfect square in 12. Remember our previous tutorial on how to simplify each of these. The link of this I will leave in the comments, where we talked about how to simplify each of these terms. Okay, so kindly check the comment section to get the link and then for further studies. So we're going to now have, for this, we're going to have the highest perfect square here is 4. And when you multiply 4 by 3, it gives you 12. Did you see that? So in this case now, this is going to give us 5. This perfect square here, you're going to find the square root of it, and that will give you 2. This one will still remain in the roots because it's not perfect. So we're going to have this. If you multiply 5 by 2, it will give you 10 root 3. That means for simplifying this, this is what you get. Okay? Now let's simplify this. We have 3 root 18 is going to give us, bring out the highest perfect square here, and that will give us 9. And when you multiply 9 by 2, it gives you 18. So we are going to now have 3. This perfect square, its square root will give us 3. So we have 3. Then this one is not perfect. It will remain in the roots. Multiply this, you are going to have 9 root 2. So for simplifying this, this is what we get. Now for this, what do we have? 4 root 72. We're going to have 4 roots. The perfect square, highest one here is 36. And 36 multiplies by 2 will give us 72. So we're going to have 4. This has the perfect square, because it's perfect, the square root is 6. So we multiply by 6. And this will remain. So we have this multiplies this will give us 24 root 2. I hope this is clear. Now let's now go for this one. So to do that, we are going to have, this is going to give us 2 root 75 is 2 roots. What's the highest perfect square here? The highest perfect square here is 25. And when you multiply 25 by 3, it gives you back this. So in that case, we are going to have this 25 is perfect. Since it's perfect, its square root will give us 5. This will remain in the roots. Okay, so we're going to have 5 times 2 will give us 10 root 3. I hope this is cleared. So you have seen we've been able to simplify each of these. Now what you will now do next is to gather them together. And to do that, see what we are going to have. We are now going to have, for 5 root 2, what did we get as our answer? For this is what we have as an answer. So we're going to replace everything now to be, instead of writing this, I'm going to replace it with 10 root 3. I hope that is cleared. Then for this, I'm going to replace it with what I have here, which is 9 root 2. For this, what I have is 24 root 2. I hope you are seeing how simple it is. Then lastly, this, what I have there is 10 root 3. You see how we've been able to reduce it. So you notice that there are some of these that are the same radicands. So bring those ones together. So we're going to have, this is of the same radicand with this. Because watch, it's not because of this 10, no, but because of the number inside the root, the radicand. I hope you got that. So we're going to have 10 root 3 plus 10 root 3. Then this one, the radicands are the same. So you have this plus 24 root 2. So when you simplify this, it's going to give us, add this, it will give you 20 root 3. Remember, what you add is coefficients, okay? Then negative 9 plus 24 will give us plus 15 root 2. And this is our answer. I hope this one was well understood. Now let's quickly rush into the last one. In the last question, what do we have there? What we are going to do there is See what we are given. So we are going to reduce it. To do that, we are going to have 5 cube root of 16. What is the perfect cube in 16? The perfect cube there. So we're going to have 5 cube root of 16. So we're going to have 5. The perfect cube in 16 is what? We are going to have 8, and 8 multiplied by 2 will give us this. So the perfect cube there is 8, and multiply it by 2. So to have fifth, then we have the cube root of 8 is 2. So we're going to have multiplied by 2. This one is not perfect, so it will remain in the cube root. Did you see that? So we're going to multiply this, and it will give us 10 cube root of 2. Okay? Now the next one to simplify is this. So we have 3 cube root of 128. The perfect cube in 128 is what? Is 64. So we have this, and the 64, when you multiply it by 2, it gives you 128. So we're going to have 3 multiply cube root of 64. Since it's perfect cube, the cube root will give us 4, because it's 4 raised to power 3 that will give us 64. Okay, so here we're going to have, this one is not perfect, it will remain in the root. So if you multiply this, you have 12 cube root of 2. Then let's get this one finally. If we get it, we are going to have 2 cube root of 54. And what is the perfect cube in 54? What is the perfect cube? The perfect cube there is 27. So we're going to have 2 cube root of 27. And when you multiply 27 by 2, it gives you this. So this is going to give us 2. The cube root of 27 is 3. Then this will remain in the cube root. So we are going to have, this will give us 6 cube root of 2. So we've been able to simplify each of these. Now let's gather them together. To do that, we are going to have, for this, what we got is this. So we have 10 cube root of 2 minus, for this, what we have is this, 12 cube root of 2 plus this, what we have there is this. So we have 6 cube root of 2. We are adding now, the radicals and indices are the same. So we have 10 minus 12 plus 6. And if you add this, it's going to give us 16 minus 12 will give us 4. So we have this as an answer. If this tutorial was helpful to you, please help us to share, and you can subscribe for the more you'll get. Give this tutorial a thumbs up, and don't forget to leave your thoughts with us in the comment section. It helps us to serve you best. I will see you in our next class, and bye-bye.